Okay, so let's go over this again since now my thing is recording. I don't know if I should just redo the notes. Nah, I'm not gonna redo them. Okay, so here I was suggesting, and by the way, this is Addie's shot, and this is her first time animating. It's her first time really using Maya at all. So she's, gonna give this a shot and see, have some fun with it. And looking at it off the bat, it's a really nice shot. Like, this is really, really good. For a first time, like, literally learning what the controls are and how to move them, rotate them, and a little bit of that. And so, yeah, this is looking really good. I put down some notes to start was I thought from here you got a nice curl that starts to curl in. But then from here, continue this little curl into this curl. That way you don't stop the motion. And then he keeps bending it as he squishes down too for that antic. And then boom, he shoots up. He should whip out his tail, and then have him fly up so then the tail would be catching up to him. This pose is good for the tail. It's great. Comes down, bam, smashes it. The tail would probably be reversed at that point. So remember to also use reversals to kind of create more motion and some appeal. And then he goes, he squishes down. You did a nice job of squishing him. And then you could bring the tail back down, whip it to the floor. I don't think I did a frame for that. So once he slams, you can whip that tail on there. And then it can come back up and then settles back down. I think you could actually ignore this one. Maybe I think I put that in the wrong place. And then the next thing you can do is, that looks good. Yeah, so that's just the motion of the tail coming back up, and then curls it back up. The body, this kick is really cool. You could even push that even more, have him kick even higher. And then this squeeze, I thought maybe you could not squeeze him there and try extending him out a little bit, but not as much as you extend him here, because this will be right before he hits the thing, before he hits the ground. But maybe you could try a different pose, or just kind of start getting them back into the motion of falling to kind of prepare for the fall, or something more like held along the lines of this. Maybe he could rotate his little butt, like as he kicks sideways, then he kind of brings the kick forward and then down. So then at this point, his kick would be kind of more like over here. You'd kind of maybe see a little bit of the bottom of him or not, since he'd be kind of, his bottom end would be bent more towards camera. And he comes down, smashes, boom, there you go. And then you could even add like another little wobble, or then once he comes back down, you could like, then, for like a frame or two, just kind of wobble him down a little bit, and way less than before. So you'd wobble him, you wouldn't compress him this much, you'd probably compress him like a third of that much, and you could just wobble him back up again to this size. And then maybe you could even back to like this size, wobble back to that size, and then bring him back down a little bit, maybe then, and like bring him down a little bit and squeeze him out a little bit, just one last time. And then at that point you're doing like maybe a third of the last one, so it's almost barely noticeable. Then you bring him back to size, and then full size, full size. So then you get like a little wobbly effect. You're like boing, and then I did little notes on the ears. I was like, depending on how stiff you want the ears to be, you can play with either just a little bit of animation on them, or you can push it and make them flappy. So it just really depends on what you want to do with it. But ears, I did some flappy ears, so then like as he's coming down, they pull up. As he's coming down about to hit it, they stretch out a little bit, then flap down, hit. So then as he's coming back up, they're like slammed on his face, and then they kind of come back up. And then you can settle those back up a little bit, even give those a little bounce at the end. But you can really do anything with the ears. And then when he compresses down here, you see the ears are, once he pushes up, the ears are falling down because he's going up. It's like they're going to go. And let's see what else. Yeah, I think that's about all the notes. And yeah, try these notes, see if they help you out. And then if your animation, once you finish it up, send it to me again and I'll look at it and I will happily tell you what my feedback is on it. And, you know, probably that it looks great because you've been killing it. So this is pretty cool. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what it looks like. And I hope you guys like this critique. If anybody wants a critique, you know, I don't mind giving people some feedback. So just message me, email me. You can email